Welcome, everyone. My name is Linda, coming to you from Northern New Jersey. Welcome to the program today. First, I want to say, please go and get your foot soak bowl and materials ready if you haven't already. We'll be doing that at the beginning of the program. So this is day 14, and we are 2/3 of the way through our 21 days. So congratulations. For those of you who have been coming along regularly, if you have just joined us recently or perhaps missed a few, please do not worry. You are going to be fine just by joining in now. You can catch up in the breakout rooms at the end of the program. You can watch the recordings or just flow with it because we're going to be building in a lot of repetition throughout. And so you'll be able to, I think, feel quite comfortable. Even if you, we don't expect really for you to attend everyone. We would love you to, but if you can't, you'll be fine. Yesterday, we talked about the third chakra, the Nabhi chakra, where we focused on our inner peace and satisfaction. Today, we're moving up to the fourth chakra, our heart chakra, with the focus on the spirit and unconditional love. As always, we'll have 2 guided meditations. We'll have a talk of Sri Mataji. We'll have a live musician. And without further ado, I'd like to bring on our presenters and our musician for tonight. Welcome. So we have, I'll introduce them one by one. Gisela, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Linda. Hi, everyone. I'm Gisela. I'm joining in from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm really happy to be here. I am originally from Brazil. I've been living in Ann Arbor for the last 15 years, and I really love it here. Yeah, that's all I can say.
All right, we'll hear more about you later on. No doubt. Suhas?
Hello, everyone. This is Suhas here. I'm coming in from Virginia to join this beautiful meditation experience that you're all going through, the journey. I have been living here for about 18 years now, originally from India, and I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga for more than 2 decades, and I've been teaching it as well. So glad to be part of this journey.
So great to have you. And then Kalyan, our musician tonight. Oh, we can't hear you yet. No. I don't know why it's not coming on.
Okay.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Okay, I just used my laptop mic rather than the external one. Okay, so it feels so much at home to be part of this. My name is Kalyan Gopalakrishnan. I play the violin. I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga for over 20 years now. And I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. I'm going to be playing a rag called Nalina Kanti that will help for the heart chakra, which is the theme for tonight.
Thank you. We're looking forward. All right. So now I'm going to turn it over to Suhas, who's going to start telling us about the heart and taking us through a guided meditation and foot soak.
Hello, everyone. Again, I'm sure this has been a beautiful journey, and it's starting with the first 3 chakras. We've crossed over. Now we turn our attention to the heart. And I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about the spirit, which resides in our heart on the left-hand side. Now, the heart chakra is obviously near the cardiac plexus, but you have 2-3 aspects of the heart chakra. As you can see in the visual, the spirit is on the left-hand side represented as this beautiful flame that burns within us. In Sanskrit, this is called the Atma. This is the essence of who we truly are, our true self. And this meditative journey is about evolving to a state where you become more and more of your true self, which is the spirit, which is the Atma. All of us identify with certain aspects of who we are. Sometimes we think we are our mind, when that's the one that occupies most of our attention. Sometimes it is the body. Sometimes it is the emotions we feel. But the truth is that we are more than the sum of these parts. We're something higher, something deeper, and that is the Atma, the spirit. Now, the journey in meditation is to get to a place where more and more we identify less with one of these parts, and we identify with the spirit that resides in us. And the spirit is our guide. Spirit can become, when that integration happens, it can be our friend, philosopher, and guide. And more or less, we lose our identifications that we have put upon ourselves. We drop those attachments and we become more and more who we really are inside. And inside yoga, that is an important aspect of opening up the heart chakra. Because once you do that, you become a very confident and secure personality, secure in who you are, and secure about your place in the world, which is very important. Once that happens, then you can truly be a leader for yourself, your family, and the world at large. And that comes from that inner confidence that you feel, that security that you feel. One, about yourself, because now you really know that you are the spirit, but also about knowing your connection to that higher power, because you will feel that in your heart. All this is quite, can get quite technical, but the essence of the heart chakra is something that we all know, whether you've been practicing Sahaja Yoga or not. It is pure, unadulterated, unconditional love. So when the heart chakra opens, your heart is filled with love. So much love that you're forced to share it with others, and you become a source of love to others. First, you gather that love and expand your heart, and then you spread it to the whole world. Now, that is not possible till you overcome your fears, your insecurities. You identify less with the parts that I talked to you about, and identify more with the spirit of who you really are, your true self. And you become aware of it first, and then you manifest it. Those are the beautiful qualities of the heart. And you will be amazed at how much love and compassion you're able to give to those around you, those who come in touch with you, when your heart chakra really opens. Some of you may be feeling that, hey, I'm still working on myself. I'm not yet at that stage. But trust me, in this beautiful journey, when the heart chakra really opens, you will be filled to the brim with this love, and then you will give it to others. And that gives you the pure joy, the joy that does not have the duality of happiness and unhappiness, which comes with events or triggers. Joy just comes naturally, spontaneously, and joy comes from the spirit. In Sanskrit, we call it Satchit Ananda, the joy that comes from the bliss of the truth, the bliss of the spirit. And we will sort of use that in our meditation today. So I'm sure all of you have your foot soak bowls. let's get started by putting our feet in our foot soak bowls, and we will raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan just like we did all the previous weeks. Left hand steady, right hand rotating 7 times, and at the top of our head, we tie a knot. Again, start from the first chakra at the base of the spine. Raise your left hand while the right hand is rotating, and 2 knots. Third time, again, full attention on your hand or inside your body, whatever you're comfortable with. Now we'll do the rainbow movement called the Bandhan. Left, start from the left, come back up over the top of our head. 1, 2. As you do it, try to close your eyes and just feel for the energy flow within yourself. Or just feel your attention inside your body. We do this 7 times. That's 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we'll close our eyes and just take a few deep breaths inside. Hold our breath and exhale out very slowly. And all this while, turn your attention to the heart. The center heart, which is the core of the heart chakra, is in the middle behind your sternum bone. And this is the seat of security within us. So we'll place our right hand on our center heart behind at the sternum bone. Left hand open on our laps. And try to feel our attention there. With your attention anchored, we will say within ourselves, with humility in our heart, Mother, please make me fearless and secure. Mother, please make me fearless and secure. When we have fear in our heart, let it be of anything, it blocks the heart chakra. So let go of your fears and ask this mothering energy to clear it out and to remove all your fears. We don't have to do anything, just express this desire, and the energy does it all. Mother, please make me fearless and secure. As you all know, the heart is one of the organs in our body that makes a consistent resonating sound. So the heart chakra responds to mantras that are sounds that energize, strengthen, invigorate the chakras. So today we will try one such mantra to help us become more and more the spirit, the Atma, which is our true inner self. So we'll take our hand to the left heart, which is where the physical organ heart resides, left side of the sternum bone, right hand on our left heart and left hand still on our lap, fully open. Here, with confidence in ourselves and in our connection to this divine energy, we will affirm, Mother, I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. I'm not these thoughts or emotions. I'm not this fear. I am the pure spirit within. We can say this within ourselves 12 times. You don't have to count it, but people like to say it 12 times because that resonates with the valency of this chakra. Mother, I am the pure spirit within. Say this within yourself till you feel it from the heart. Say this with confidence in who you are. Now here we are going to say the mantra Shivoham, Shivoham. This is very simple, and I want you to say it from the comfort of your home with full strength and rigor, and put your voice into it because it's the vibrations of the sound that your chakra will respond to. So we will say Shi, Wo, Hum. Again, I repeat, Shi, Wo, Hum. Shivoham, Shivoham. You can join me. Shivoham, Shivoham. Satchit Ananda Rupam. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Mother, I am the pure spirit. I am the Atma. I am nothing but the pure spirit within. I let go of all my other identifications or attachments because I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. Shivoham, Shivoham, Satchitanandarupam, Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Now gently bring your right hand back to your lap. You will raise our Kundalini with our right hand 3 times through the central channel, up from the base of our spine, up towards the Sahasrara, which is the 7th chakra. We shall do this 3 times. Up through the central channel, passing through all the chakras to the 7th chakra at the top of our head. 3rd time. You will gently rest this palm of our right hand on top of our head. And gently massage our head 7 times in the clockwise direction. Just like we did it in the previous days. We'll bring our head down, hand down. Both hands open on our lap. Let us sit comfortably and spend a couple of minutes in silent meditation. We can try to have our attention at the top of our head, where we just massage. If you're getting any thoughts, just say, not this, not now. Or you can use the Sanskrit phrase, neti. Neti. Not this, not now. I want to meditate. If you feel any thoughts, just let them pass you by. You are the spirit. Just watch them. Just witness them. Now gently open your eyes. Without thinking, just try to see what you feel on your hands and at the top of your head. I hope you enjoyed that short meditation, focusing on the aspects of the heart chakra. Now, one of the things we talked about earlier was that the quality of the spirit is joy, pure joy. And I'm sure you've already noticed it. Immediately after your meditation sessions, you will feel this elation, something has lifted your spirits and you feel that joy inside. This joy is innocent. It's not like happiness or unhappiness, which has the duality, which is triggered by something. This joy is innate within us. And more, when the spirit manifests, you'll start to feel joy more consistently. And you will find that you'll radiate this joy to others. Talking about this joy, we are going to listen to a lecture of Shrimati, a small excerpt from our talk that talks about this joy and the deeper aspects of this joy. We will just sit back, hands open on our lap in this meditative state, and we'll try to enjoy this. And before it starts, we can wash our feet and rinse our feet and wipe ourselves while we get ready to listen to the talk.
The first power that you get is that your awareness becomes collectively conscious. That you can feel another person on your fingertips. That means you become absolutely aware. Like I went today to Mexico. And I could feel the whole country. I knew about it before, but my attention was not so deeply there. I could feel the whole country has a very bad left side problem. And the left side problem is affecting even this area. And the left side problem, you can feel it very clearly, that your left side becomes heavy and you feel the heat in all your centers. So you start feeling the atmosphere, the country, the people, an individual, and yourself. So you know the problem of a particular place. I mean, you may not feel that much in the beginning. You may just feel yourself to begin with. Then you start feeling others. So thus the awareness grows more and more. In the central nervous system you start feeling the problems of other people, your own problems. But it is not that you feel them as something which is painful or troublesome, but you feel them as little heat or sometimes little pain, very little, as if you are recording it like a barometer. And when that happens, you want to get rid of it, as if they are your own problem. And if you know how to get rid of it, you can do it. That's what I was doing. And that's how I'm late. Something on the collective. If you are working on something, you want to finish the job, and then you want to attend to another. Don't want to leave something half done. For human beings, it is difficult in the beginning, because from human awareness, you are rising to superhumanness, or you can call it to super awareness, into a subtler awareness. So first the awareness is gross, and then your awareness becomes subtler. But with that, you do not feel in any way uncomfortable or upset. Because you become extremely powerful, such power of compassion, that you don't feel anything, no pain, no problems. The illusions disappear completely. There's no more illusion in the mind. Like people say that when you face something, you are filled with greed or lust. But when your eyes become pure, there is no greed or lust. But what happens? That you start feeling the oneness with another thing, whatever it is, in a way that it is joy-giving. Like you see someone, an attractive person, there is no sensation of baser feelings for that person. But the sensation just disappears and you start feeling the joy of the creation of that person or the thing. Like in Mexico, people have made so many things with hand. If you watch them, you might think how much it will cost, what will be the price, who has made it. But if there is no thought, then you see something which looks very joyous, because you can feel the vibrations. And you know somebody has made it who might have been a realized soul, who might have been a very great devotee of God, might have been a person who must have thought that this is your creation, O God. Such a person might have made with that feeling which is to be gratified, and you feel that we should take it. The matter has only one capacity, that it gives joy in giving to others, so that you can express your happiness into it. So you become very subtly aware of the matter, that you start understanding the matter, what it means and what is the use of a particular thing. In the same way, when you meet people, new people, absolutely never known, you know what are their needs, what problems they have, on a wider scale, on a collective scale, and also you know one simple thing, that there are people in Mexico who are seeking God, who are to be helped, who are to be given something that they want. They may not be so much aware of it, but we become aware of them. And a kind of a rapport of a very subtle type is established. And you get attracted towards other people, not through any lust or greed or any purpose, but in oneness with the joy that they have within themselves. The joy of the Spirit. You look at them and you feel this person is such a wonderful person. How do you know? You start feeling the cool vibrations in your hand from that person. And you just enjoy that person for that person's sake, not for anything, whether poor, rich, good looking, bad looking, doesn't matter. You approach the spirit of another person because you have become the spirit. People talk of big things, of organizing peace missions, this mission, that mission, to create a better relationship. All relationships which are at a gross level create problems, because there is some sort of a lurking selfishness behind it. But once it becomes a spiritual relationship, You just enjoy the other person without getting into any discussion about what is your gain, what is you are going to achieve through going nearer to that personality. Thus you become the receiver of the joy, like a lake which is rippleless, which is absolutely quiet and looks like a mirror. It reflects all that is created round it completely and emits complete joy of the creation. In the same way, the heart, which is filled with the light of the Spirit, reflects the complete joy of the creation of another person. Whatever it has in a subtle way, you enjoy it. Then the time you don't see. You go beyond time. You go beyond time. You are not bothered about time. Everything has got a proper time. And you start understanding that this is the time it was to be. You don't become a slave of time. You don't become slave of any habits. You don't become slave of any temptations. But you enjoy the complete freedom of enjoying the joy.
Let's continue to stay in silence for a couple of minutes and absorb those vibrations.
Thank you, Kalyan, for this beautiful meditative music. We can continue in this blissful state. Take a few deep breaths in and out. We can pay attention to our hands open on our lap, palms facing upwards, and see if we notice any form of subtle breeze-like sensation, coolness or heat. As we saw earlier today, our pinky fingers are related to our heart chakra. So we can pay attention, special attention to those and see if you feel anything different in those specific fingers. So in our first meditation, we worked on the left aspect of our heart chakra. And Suhas led us into this beautiful recitation of Shivoham. And now we will do something similar for our central heart. So we can place our right hand on the central, when I say central heart, I mean the central aspect of the heart chakra. So we can place our hand right at the center of our chest. And while we say these syllables, and I'll say them in a minute, we're going to be tapping in a rhythmic fashion, like this. And the syllables are Ja, Ga, Dam, Ba. Ja, Ga, Dam, Ba. And I'll be saying this several times, and you can feel free to join me, or you could just listen to it. But as Suhas mentioned earlier, these syllables, they help in specific ways, this chakra. So we will start. I think in the chat right now, it's also there in the chat if you want to see what the syllables are. Ja, Ga, Dam, Ba. But don't worry too much. Just feel it from your heart. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. And ask our motherly energy, Kundalini, to please clear the central aspect of this heart chakra so that I may feel secure about myself, so that I may be fearless, have courage, in everything that life throws at me. Let me have that faith in myself that I can face all the challenges that come in front of me. We have that security. We can bring our right hand back to our left. And with the cupped hand, we are going to again raise our energy slowly upwards in front of us, inviting our energy to rise through our central channel, eliminating any blockages that it may face, and reach the top of our head. Here you can try to notice with your fingertips, move around and see if you can locate this portion of the head that was soft when we were babies. And that is the location of our last chakra, seventh chakra. And it is also where the location of this chakra on our head. The heart chakra is also there. So let's place our attention right on that spot. Now slowly bring up your hand. Keep your attention above your head. Slowly bring down your hand, maintaining attention at the very top. we can conclude the meditation by first checking a little bit on top of the head if we feel anything, coolness or heat, or any specific finger feels different than the others. We try with left hand. Then we can try with the other hand. Now we can raise our Kundalini. Left hand goes up, right hand goes around it from inside out, inside out, inside out, all the way to the top of the head, where we give a knot. Do this a second time. Do it a third time. Three knots this last time. We spread this energy all around our system, going left to right, and then back. This is one time. We do one for each chakra. Second time. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh.
Thank you, Gisela, and everyone. Such a beautiful program so far. This is the formal end of the program. I just have a few announcements to share with you. Then we'll be going into the sort of after program. Tomorrow, we're going to move up to our fifth chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra. And that is where we develop our witnessing power and our relationships with others. Then we have some resources that we want to share with you. First of all, we've been talking about requesting a mentor, and you'll see that request form, the link for that in the chat. So if we really encourage you to request a mentor, it can help you greatly to focus on your individual journey in whatever questions, however often you want to meet. It can be at your own pace and rhythm. So it's really to have a friend, a companion as you explore Sahaja Yoga and all the experiences you're having, and someone who can get to know you, you can get to know them, and help you along the way. So please don't hesitate. And if, it doesn't have to be forever. It can be for as long as you're comfortable. So please try it out. And want to let you know that for those of you who've already requested, some of you, I hope, have already heard about the mentor who's been assigned to you. And others, if you haven't yet, we're going through, we've had nearly 200 requests so far. We're very happy about that. And it's taking a little time to make sure that we give you someone that we think would be good for you. And so be a little patient, but certainly in the next 3, 4, 5 days, you should be hearing. So that will be coming to you soon, that information, then you can start interacting. If you haven't already joined one of our WhatsApp groups, that's one of the ways to stay up to date with reminders about the program. And I do want to say that we're so encouraged by the participation in the program and the progress that we can see you're all making from already in the breakout rooms when we talk to you, that we are going to be continuing. And so on February 3rd, we reach 21 days next Friday. But after that, we'll be sharing with you how we will be continuing online to support you and continuing with first Monday, Wednesday, Friday, shorter programs. And then after that, every day, really, except Saturday, we'll be having a program again. So stay tuned and we'll let you know exactly those dates. We want to show you briefly the website where the resources are. Hopefully you're familiar with that already, but just in case you haven't explored it, let's go there now. And we can see that when you scroll down, this is what it looks like at the top. Scroll down, you'll see if you ever are not sure where to join, this is where you can join in. And then the recording section, it has some folders in it. So when you open that up, you'll be able to see the recordings for every day. And if we go all the way down, we'll be able to see that today we're on day 14. And the handout for today on the heart is there already. You can download that and read it. And then also, as soon as we finish, we'll have the recording there in case you have to go now. You can always catch up on the second part, or if any day you miss a class, you can always watch it, the recorded version. All right, so now let's go back, and what we want to offer you now is a choice. If you would like to go to a breakout room now and meet with an experienced Sahaja Yoga teacher, you are very welcome to. It can be anything, a quick question, you can meditate with them, they can check the state of your chakras and work on whatever you may be feeling, and maybe you might feel better. So if you'd like, we do encourage you to do that. Also, if you just have a question, you can put that in the chat. There's someone there who's named Zoom chat questions for today, and they would be able to answer you through the Zoom chat. Or you can stay here in the main room and stay with us for a while. I'm going to bring the presenters back on the screen, and we're going to chat a bit about some of the things related to the heart chakra and some of the questions that have been coming up from all of you. So welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
All right. So the first question I'm going to ask you all is about, have you become more confident and able to overcome insecurity, anxiety, or fears through the practice of Sahaja Yoga? And if you could, as each of you answers, please give some examples of how you've become more confident. So maybe start with Suhas.
Sure. It's a very nice question, especially given that the theme today is the heart chakra. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So these aspects that we talk about, so many of us have these unknown fears or suffer from lack of confidence in ourselves, and it innately cripples us in many different avenues as we put ourselves in those places. One practical example I can think of is speaking in public. Was not something I enjoyed growing up. And through the practice of meditation, as I became, I think it's you get comfortable with who you are and you manifest more of the spirit. then you also start to lose identifying with your fears or insecurities. There's many hundreds of things you tell yourself that are wrong with what you do or how you are. And then that's confidence starts coming in. I remember the first time I had to speak publicly, my heart was pounding and I could barely get a few words out. And look at me here, I'm standing in a meeting with so many people and speaking quite spontaneously. But I teach classes, and I've actually taught Asana yoga in jails in India. And I always wondered, wow, what a miraculous transformation. I think it comes innately from getting comfortable in your own skin. We use that expression, but I just twist it a little bit to say getting comfortable being the spirit. Because the spirit is innocent, is joyous, and it does not suffer from self-doubt or insecurities. Though all those come from creations of the mind in the form of thoughts, and they cripple who we really are inside. But you'll notice when you become confident and you exude that confidence outside without fear, without insecurity, people will find that very attractive and will want to listen to you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Gisela?
So yeah, my example is similar to Suhasa. I'm an introvert. I am like the kind of person that like I would prefer not to be anywhere. Like in the classrooms, I would never raise my hand on purpose. I would never offer to do anything where I have to expose and be there, So I think definitely one of the things that I definitely feel more comfortable about myself. And I think that the thing is that when you are needed, so it's not like I changed. I am still an introvert person. I am definitely more like, but I think what changes is that when you are put in a situation where you need to show up with courage and with, it happens to you without you knowing, and you look at yourself like, how am I doing? Is that really me? So I think even at work situations, sometimes I see myself like probably jumping in and saying something that normally I probably would not say, but later on I find out that, oh my gosh, thank goodness I stopped that from happening. Thank goodness I jumped in right at that time. Something inside me told me that I have to say something, even though I probably don't want to say it, but it's kind of like that kind of intuition or maybe like confidence. You kind of understand, you kind of do your job when you have to do it. You lose those identifications that we were talking about, and you end up showing yourself in a way that surprises you.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Kalyan?
Sure. Okay, so I work in the IT industry, and I'm in a team that pursues deals, right? So business development. So you need to make client presentations. And
Can you speak a little louder? I'm sorry, just a little bit.
Okay, so I'm in a role where I need to make client presentations to convince them to give us business. So it is, it's kind of a very responsible type of role, and there is a lot of rigor in the company where senior people review what you have to say, how you say it, and so on, and they're so particular about you getting it right. And that creates a lot of fear, right? And it's not just the fear that is within you, it's sometimes the fear that is within them, because they are so hungry, and because of that you feel a little stressed about it. So I mean, over the years, through the practice of meditation, what I've found is that in my introspection, a lot of times when I'm speaking, I'm also at the same time trying to analyze what is going on in other people's heads. How is it being received? What is the concern they have with what I have to say, right? So it is like you're crowding your mind too much and you're not really able to deliver the message that you want to deliver. So earlier, before Sahaja Yoga, it was like more like acting confident, right? I am confident, I'm going to deliver the message, that kind of thing, right? So now it is like over the years, it has become more natural, where the confidence is just there within. So you have something to say and you're just saying it because you want that to be heard and you want that to reach the audience. It's okay if they have some concern with it, so be it, right? They will express it, that's fine. So it has really helped me in terms of building that confidence.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. You know, a lot of the people in the course, we've had many ask us, what can Sahaja Yoga help me if I feel anxious, even if I have an anxiety attack? What would you tell them to do that happens? Suhas? Or Kalyan, if you'd like to answer? Anyone?
Sure, no, I was just, so what I typically do is if I have that fear or some kind of anxiety or something, I just put my hand in the heart. And I just try to relax and I breathe a little deeply and I breathe slowly. And then I say, like we did before, the Jagadamba, that really clears out the anxiety immediately, right? So it's like you breathe slowly and then you put your hand on the heart and then you just say Jagadamba a few times. And then it relieves you of that stress and of that pressure. And you know that you are not the doer. There is a power that is doing everything. And you don't have to feel responsible for everything, right? So it is all happening and you just see it happen. So that has worked well for me.
Beautiful. Anyone want to add something, Suhas?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to add a tad bit for those whose intellect needs a little bit of understanding. Anxiety, panic attacks are triggered by these fight or flight responses that are automatically generated in our body. And most of the time, they're not controllable, meaning you can't use your willpower to suppress them. They're innately happen. And they happen in the autonomous nervous system. Guess what? Sahaja Yoga completely operates in that zone. And over time, you will notice that your autonomous nervous system is stronger, more resilient, and helps you cope with these situations that trigger anxiety or panic attacks. All of us probably know this. Usually, their responses to certain triggers that set off a chain of thoughts. To Kalyan's point, right? And I'm trying to explain into the details because this is what happens in that moment, right? What Kalyan is saying is step back, detach from those stream of thoughts that are being triggered and go back to identifying with the spirit, today's theme, and use the power of these sounds, the vibrations of these sounds, mantras, to soothe yourself from within. And they're a powerful coping mechanism that just detaches you from that automated response that usually triggers these things.
Mm-hmm. Gisela, maybe along these lines, maybe you can tell why the Jagadamba helps. What is the meaning of it and how does it help with this anxiety attack or panic attack?
So Jagadamba is mother of the world. That's what it means. Jagad, world, Amba. So it's you know how I always like to think of like a mother when you see in nature a mother bear or a mother tiger. They are extremely protective of their cubs, right? So you have to be very careful. If you're somewhere in Canada and have had some bear encounter, you always have, I know I have had one in the past. And so whenever they have cubs, you have to be very careful because they become very aggressive. And the reason is because they are protecting their younglings, right? And this is true for so many other animals. So I think this motherly aspect, this mother is what gives us this security. Is like when we feel like we are protected by this. Now you can think the mother of the world, like it's protecting everything and everything around us. So that is what gives us that security in the central heart. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, here's another question about the heart. And that is, how have your heart and your mind become more integrated as you practice Sahaja Yoga? Suhas, you want to start this one?
Sure. This is an interesting one, tough one actually, but we all have heard the expression, right? Do what your heart tells you. And human beings for a long time have sort of dissected themselves into my emotions, heart, that come from the heart, and my rational, intellectual side that thinks logically, rationally. And we've always felt the compulsion to choose. In some scenarios, we do this, some scenarios, we do this. And when do what your heart tells you is saying, listen to your heart, right? Because your heart knows. The beautiful thing in Sahaja Yoga, and we talked about it last Friday as well, is you'll notice the integration of these faculties into that one personality. And many times, there is usually resistance from the mind for something that the heart feels innately, intuition, like Gisela called it. More and more as this integration happens, you start to make decisions that are acceptable to both. And it's a beautiful feeling. Only when you experience it, you'll get it. And so many times, something may not logically, rationally make sense, but then it turns out to be this beautiful experience based on listening to your heart. So we all want to listen to our heart, but many times fear doing it and try to apply our mind because the world teaches us to do that. In Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to distinguish between them. You learn to integrate them and apply them together. And what a beautiful balance, equilibrium that could be.
Thank you. Kalyan, how about for you?
Yeah, sure. So what I have felt is, if you want to listen to your heart, you have to first have a silence within you, right? So if you have a turmoil, like we always do, it's the mind that you feel, right? Because you are feeling emotions, you are feeling thoughts. Now, where is the heart? So if you want the heart to come out, and if you want to listen to that inspiration from within, there has to be a gap where it can express. So that's where meditation puts you in touch with your heart. And after that, the integration is automatic, right? So after the heart is expressing, then you just surrender. And your mind surrenders to it. So that's so beautiful.
Very beautiful. The heart is more powerful than the mind if it gets enough space.
Exactly. Very true.
Gisela.
So yeah, I think it's all what everyone has said, but I think we are seeking balance. You know, we are seeking to find the parts of ourselves that are like all over the place. Like our heart is saying something, the mind is saying something else. So I think ultimately we're all seeking that balance. We're trying to find our center. And I think, again, it has a lot to do with, sometimes it's kind of personality, right? Some people are more on the like mental side, like the mind, right? That they kind of get things done. They are organizers. So they have that type. And then there are other people who really are more linked to their heart. They have this maybe more emotional intelligence. So they're able to maybe kind of observe things that a more practical person will miss, so I see it that way as well. So sometimes you will have a person who can only see the cues if they are there, right? If they actually see it, where a person who is a little bit more subtle, who has more this heart, they kind of see behind the scenes, so they can understand if somebody else is not feeling that great. They are able to see that, right? So I think finding that balance between the two, right? Because you cannot also just feel things and then you can start imagining a whole bunch of things that are not true, right? Sometimes you kind of start going that route where you are thinking, oh, they must be thinking, they must be feeling this or that, and in the end, none of that is what you're thinking. So again, finding that balance, right? Finding that unison between the two is like what we are all seeking, right? We want to be able to be perceptive of things around us, but we also need to be practical. We can't just be wishing things or imagining things. Things also need to get done. So I think having this kind of balance is something very, I think it's the center. That's why I keep meditating every day, is because I think this is what ultimately we're looking for. We're looking for a balanced life.
Wow, that's wonderful. I would like to share just a very quick story about when I was very new in Sahaja Yoga, and Sri Mataji used to organize tours in India where people from the West could go and spend like a month there and traveling around with her. And in one of those very earliest encounters, she said something. We each had a chance to go up and meet her. We were not so many people at the time. And what she said to me, 3 simple words that just completely, changed me, I would say, because what she said was, your heart is full of love, full of love. Coming from her, it comes out very huge, right? And so those words resonate. And what I took from it was that I was not so sure, honestly, that my heart was full of love. I knew that my mind was full of thoughts. I knew that very well, but I wasn't so sure about my heart being full of love, like full of love. So I just really absorbed those words, and they just made me more confident, more aware of how much love there really is in my heart that I hadn't even let loose. It was just stuck there, kind of, all bottled up. And when she said that, it just released. I started crying. I was so emotional that it just released all this joy and this love that was there waiting to be expressed. So I just wanted to share that with you. And just, when you look at Sri Mataji's photograph, as you see her videos, just be aware that that is what she wants us to understand about ourselves, that we are full of love, full of joy, and to feel it. And then we really change. We can change.
That's a beautiful story, Auntie. Thank you for sharing. That's the essence of it, isn't it? That we're all capable of being full of love. And no matter how much we doubt ourselves, through the journey in Sahaja Yoga, we can be instruments of that love and spread it to everyone around us.
Yes. So, we have a few more minutes. We have some questions that that some of our participants have asked, and I thought I might ask you. Some of them are pretty practical. One person asked, "I'm feeling heat in my hands. What does that mean?" So, Gisela, you want to say?
Sure. So as this energy rises within us, it has this property kind of like of the fire. So it's like a cool fire. It burns anything that is not working well, right? Just like, for example, to make gold pure, you burn it, right? So there's this cleansing aspect of this energy. And so this heat that you might be feeling is this energy that is traveling across your chakras, and it is clearing out anything that is not working properly, anything. So we don't even actually have to worry so completely. It's great if we can understand where the problems are. That's like the part of the self-knowledge. But the great thing is that just by meditating, this energy automatically starts clearing things out. So what you're feeling is the expression of this energy. And you can feel it in your hands, you can feel it at the top, that it's coming out, it is doing its job, it is cleansing anything and everything that it finds on its way. And then gradually, as the more we meditate, this keeps happening, right? Every day we sit down, we're here together, we're meditating, this energy is doing this work. And as it clears things, this heat starts turning into coolness. So slowly, the more we start meditating, you will start gradually feeling coolness in your hands. And so that is that is like the expression of this energy.
Thank you. Another question we've had is, why am I feeling heavy on my left hand, heaviness on my left hand? So, Suhas, you want to do that one?
Sure. And the question was, I'm feeling heaviness on my left hand, and why am I feeling that?
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, we talked about the aspect of the mastery, the guru principle, right? One of the things in this journey, beautiful journey that all of you are on, are going to find that you are going to become your own guru, your own guide, master, almost like you're your own doctor as well. So what you just described, this person just described, is our subtle system actually expressing itself and telling us where or what side of us, what chakra, what channel needs more nourishment, needs more care. In this case, the left side was feeling heavy. That means our left channel, which is the side of our emotions, the one that indulges in the past, the one that's more about the intuition, that aspect is a little weak and it needs nourishment. In Sahaja Yoga, we have some beautiful, very simple techniques that we can use to nourish a weakness that may exist in a channel or a chakra, and easily solve for it. In this case, an easy way to do it is just a slight change to our foot soak. If you take slightly warmer water and allow yourself time, Kalyan said something beautiful before, the magic happens in that silence. So try to be in that silence for as long as possible and let this energy work it out, like Gisela was explaining. And you don't have to do anything, just express the desire to be purified, to be cleansed, and it will automatically happen through your foot soak. If it lingers, then we have some more powerful techniques where we use a candle or a flame or aspects of the fire element that can also work quite beautifully. But if you're feeling it in the beginning, just try going from cool to lukewarm to maybe warm water every day, and it'll work out beautifully.
So the heaviness signifies what exactly then?
Heaviness signifies weakness, signifies that the left channel needs nourishment, needs care, needs vibrations, as we call it. Mm-hmm. And in our meditations, we can use techniques to do that for our left side. Mm-hmm. And you'll start to see, again, start to feel that coolness slowly come about as that cleansing starts to happen.
And then eventually you feel lighter. So yes. Okay. Kalyan, there's another question from one of our participants, and that is there a core practice that we should be continuing to do even now or after the course?
Yeah, absolutely. The core practice is meditation. So it is when we learn to meditate, we do it together. We learn different techniques. We learn about our subtle system. We learn about balancing everything. But the goal of all of this is to establish that state of meditation and to enjoy that state. And it is a very good practice to get into a rhythm of doing this on a daily basis. So as people who practice Sahaja Yoga, what we do is every morning and every night, we do sit for quietly for some time. I mean, it could be 10 minutes, sometimes it could even be more than half an hour some days, depending on how much we can get. And we just allow this state of meditation to establish within us. And at night, we typically do what we just did today, which was the foot soak. So that is kind of the basic rhythm that we have. And on days where we have maybe some difficulty with some channel or some chakras, we need more clearing and so on, we do those clearing techniques as well. But on a daily basis, 2 times sitting down for meditation, and in the evening doing the foot soak.
Thank you. All right. Well, I feel like we've had a wonderful conversation. Thank you all so much for your beautiful insights and explanations. So we'll bring the meeting to an end now, and want to remind you that tomorrow we'll be back for day 15, where we're going to focus on this chakra, very important one, called the Vishuddhi. And now, if you'd like to stay and meditate a little longer, we have some beautiful flute music that you can meditate to. And so please join us tomorrow. See you then.